Hey up everyone, I'm ThunderSnow, and welcome to a quick look at Wizard of Legend. This is a roguelite action game with all the bells and whistles that come with it. The game is produced and developed by Contingent 99, and the music is composed by Dale North. All the links will be in the description for the Steam game and the official websites for Dale North as well as Contingent 99. So with that out of the way, let's get into the game. The game plays at a very fast pace, needing you to come to terms with a quick movement system to avoid enemy attacks and focus spells in the right direction. You will also need to do some bullet hell pattern recognition, especially for the bosses. With enemies all around you looking to rearrange your face, what do you have to defend yourself with? Well, the clue is in the title. Being a wizard gets you access to a vast variety of spells and equipment to help you traverse the dungeons of the Wizard of Legend. At the start of a typical dungeon run, you can choose 4 different abilities and 1 equipable item from your stocks. The spells consist of 1 basic attack, a melee attack, a main attack spell, and a signature attack, which are the main attack spells with various extra effects. The equipable items help in one area of your wizarding skills, whether that's attack, defense, or miscellaneous. Extra spells and items are unlocked with gems in the starting area at the various shops. During the run, you'll pick up extra spells and items that's used for that run only, and are lost once that run is over. Only spells that you get from defeating the main bosses are added to your stock, and are available after the run. Getting into the dungeon for the first time is a bit of an eye-opener. Trying to get your spells in order and getting used to the movement system can take a little time, but once you do, it feels very satisfying, zipping around the dungeon, lighting up your targets with spectacular spells. There's a super move you can do with your signature spell once you've filled your combo bar. This unleashes a devastating attack which most normal enemies won't be able to stand up to, and will do major damage against the bosses. The spells are made up of 4 different elements: air, fire, ice and earth. These have positive and negative effects depending on the alignment of the enemy you are fighting. On your way around the dungeon you will collect 2 different resources consisting of money and gems. The gems have no use whilst in the dungeon, only to buy new gear and spells in the staging area. The money, on the other hand, is very important in the dungeon. On each floor there are always 2 shops, an item shop and a spell shop, and then a 3rd unique area that consists of a random event. This could be anything from a vampire doctor to a donkey pinata that you have to put some serious firepower into to defeat. My favourite though is the cursed shop. This is a shop that lets you take an item for no money, but the items are cursed and have a negative effect, similar to the way the deals with the devil work in The Binding of Isaac, but have some serious negative effects for your run. Once you have cleared the dungeon floor, you have to fight a sub-boss. This is where it becomes a bullet hell type game, in that you have to do some pattern recognition to get through the fight. The first couple of bosses are easy to deal with if you eliminate all the enemies on that level before the fight. Otherwise you have extra footmen to fight along with the boss. The difficulty is shown on the boss tablet before the fight and is represented by 3 skulls that are lit up. These are also on the minimap, so you can see in advance how many enemies are remaining before you enter the boss fight. The difficulty ramps up when you beat the main bosses, of which there are 3 in random order, but you can pay gems to which one you would like to face first, which makes it a little easier planning your spell alignments. After that, the enemies become harder, do extra attacks, and do a lot more damage as you progress through the dungeon. Even though I do like the game, there are a few flaws that need addressing too. There's no item or spell description before picking up or buying an item, leading to unintended changes to the playstyle whilst you are running the dungeon, or just wasting gems when you're outside the dungeon. You will also need to do a lot of runs to gain gems to pay for the spells and items from the shops, which makes it a little grindy. Not a problem if you like the combat, but it can get old fast. Also, there is multiplayer, but unfortunately this is local only, which is not a problem for me, but will be a turn off for some of you out there. I've played about 8 hours so far and have unlocked quite a few spells and items, but I found myself sticking to a small group of said spells and items, which means a lot of the spell combinations are not used in my playthroughs. I've enjoyed my time with the Wizards of Legend and I will probably keep playing for another couple of hours, but that'll probably be it. The game is only £12.39 on Steam, so I can forgive a lot of the negatives because the price does reflect what you get. Although the no item descriptions before a purchase is on the cusp of forgivable. It's definitely an interesting roguelike game that is worth looking into if you like this sort of thing. Just be prepared for a steep learning curve and a lot of grinding. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you gained some insight into the Wizard of Legend, and I will see you all soon. Hey up everyone, I'm ThunderSnow and welcome to kind of a cross between a wizard and a rogue. Normally I'd think of wizards as somebody who could be put on their ass by the smallest of breezes, but in this game you kind of zip around and do badass things with some major ass spells. You are a bit of a glass cannon, so you've got to be careful on incoming damage, but you can give out some decent damage yourself. Okay, Mr. Horsey. Yeah.